Hi everyone, it's Nichol Spohr and welcome back to my channel. Today I have another STAMPtember limited edition exclusive collaboration to share with you. This time it is the Picket Sarcastic Kitties stamp set. There are coordinating dies that go with this, so if you want that stamp die combo, definitely click the link in the supplies below. I have links for both the stamp die combo or just the stamp set, which is what I'm using today. I am starting by building my brick wall because I want that to be drying while I work on the rest of the card. I've got a piece of watercolor cardstock here. Actually, I think I did not use watercolor cardstock. I think I used smooth white cardstock, come to think of it. Watercolor probably would have held up a little bit better. I did use smooth white. I spritzed it with my current favorite combo for that kind of dark look. This is what's going to end up being the grout on our brick wall. This is Crooked Broomstick and Empty Tomb. These are two of the Halloween colors. They are just amazing, amazing neutrals. And of course, they're the Mica stains from Tim Holtz, and they've got that great little shimmer to them. I'm also using a little water from my Distress sprayer to kind of help spread that ink around a little bit, and I spritzed the back of the panel and put some acrylic blocks on top to help hold it down and flat. It dried really quick. I did not oversaturate it, and I did dry it a bit with my heat tool to speed up that process. Now I'm going to use some of the grit paste. This is called Grave. This is awesome. I got this, well, I bought the Halloween set, but you can also get this in the Boo Day card kit from Simon Says Stamp. I know there were still a few available when I voiced over this video, but you do get some really fun products in there. But look at the color of this texture paste. I love it. And this is not a Halloween card. I love the color. I love that it is not pure white. And what's going to happen is the color of the mica stains is going to start seeping through the brick. I wanted that for this look because it's going to give the bricks a little bit more of a muddy appearance. I'm going to try to keep my panel in screen so you can see as that grit paste dries the transformation of the bricks. And of course, because it's texture paste, it does have texture, which I love, and it definitely gives the brick texture. That was the My Favorite Things English brick wall stencil that I used. Next, it's time for our Sarcastic Kitties. As always this month, I am trying to share ideas with you that will go beyond just the exclusive limited edition, because when they're gone, they're gone. In this case, it's a brick wall. We probably all have some fun kitty stamp sets in our collection that you could create this brick wall for, or maybe you want to put some potted flowers on it or other critters. This is something that you could use with lots and lots of stamp sets in your collection. I just really wanted to show you a quick and easy way to create a fun brick wall background. So I am going to stamp two of the kitty images. There's 4 total in this Picket Fence stamp set on some smooth white cardstock. I forgot that I was zoomed in, so I know I'm doing this upside down and it's off camera a little bit. I'm so sorry about that. But I stamped the first guy, and now I'm going to stamp the second one. I'm also stamping the outline heart. I love how it has a little bit of a messy outline and not perfect. There's also a scribbly one if you want to use that instead. And I would probably use that with a red ink. Just because I love red hearts. You guys know me. There's also 4 different sentiments. There's a large high, and then there's this too shall pass. It might feel like a huge hairy furball flying out of your trachea, but it will pass. Anyone who's had cats as pets knows that's a true story and kind of funny. And at least you can say you're old and wise instead of young and dumb. And then I can't live without Mew, which I thought worked really well for my card, so that's what I'm going to use. Now, my brick background is still drying, so I'm going to take the My Favorite Things Rolling Clouds stencil and my favorite Simon Says Stamp Positively Saturated SEAFOAM ink, and we're going to ink up our background. I'm using the small blending brush because it gives a little more control of adding that ink around my images and not getting it on the images, since I chose not to mask. You guys know me. If I can get away with it, I am not going to mask. And I love these rolling hills because they're not so much the straight across hills, and they definitely give a little bit more of a realistic effect, I think. I'll be honest, I love all cloud stencils, so I don't discriminate at all because I think we need them all. Anyway, when we have that done, here's kind of how it's going to look. I'm so excited. I did forget to mention the background measures 4 by 5 1/4. This is going to leave us a nice white border all the way around our design, which is what I was going for here. All right. You may have noticed that I did not take the brick all the way down to the bottom, and I also left a little gap up at the top. That was very much on purpose. I will show you in a little bit how I'm going to utilize part of that unstenciled part of the background for the finished card. But let's go ahead and color in our images before we add our brick wall to the design. I'm using our 59, 46, and 24 for my heart. And then I wanted to color these kitties like my oldest son's cats. He has 2 cats. Their names are Apollo, which is his orange kitty, and then his black kitty is Sokka. And so I opted to color them like that. And in fact, I sent him a picture after I colored them, and he was like, "Oh, they're my kitties." So they tend to be my inspiration a lot when I am coloring in. Now the base color of my cat here on the right is E81. And you're going to notice it's so much lighter than the E97, E99, all of those things. I think I'm using E99 right now. But I'm just laying that color down, trying to go over the little stripes and things, the places where it's naturally going to be darker with my marker, and I can worry about blending out. I left this in because I feel like it's very important to show how we get to the finished result, even with the colors I picked. I like that the E81 has that great neutral undertone, and it ends up being really important. So here I'm going back with E81 and I'm trying to blend out a little bit, and I was like, oh, that's gonna be hard. So I did pull in a little E97, and we're going around all of the dark edges and just blending. Kind of messy, kind of sloppy, but I promise it's gonna work. So just kind of going over those areas, and then go back with E81, and E97 is going to play a little nicer and blend a little bit better. So when it's wet, I don't think it looks quite as good, but that's okay. We're just going to blend, pretty much saturate the paper because that's where we're going to get the good blend. And it's already looking more natural. We still have a little work to do, but it's looking much better. So we're going to go back now with E19, and I'm going to go back with these stripes and pull those back out. Naturally, where areas are darker, I'm probably going to add a little color there too for nice shadowing and shading. Don't be afraid to rework your design. I tend to err on the side of caution and go much lighter than what I think I'm going to need when I'm not exactly sure what color combination. And that is always best because you can always add more color. Now, over the top of those E19 stripes, I'm going to go back with E99 and pull out and make those stripes a little bigger, a little bolder, and blend out that E19, which definitely has a lot of reddish undertone to it, but looks fantastic for an orange kitty. And we're just going to blend. A little more E81. Now things are blending a little bit better. And the lighter areas just give the perfect orangey undertone. That looks pretty good. A little R24 for the tongue and the mouth. Little R20 for the insides of the ears. So cute. All right. We're going to use some warm grays for our black kitty. Again, this one was a lot easier. I only used 2 markers, so super easy. Warm gray 7 first, then going in, adding all the shading, darker areas, and then we will blend out with warm gray 5. And just blending all of that great color. I do want to mention to you that I have 2 videos today. There are 2 releases, 2 exclusive limited edition collaborations. There is Picket Fence and Pretty Pink Posh. So they are not the same type of card. I split them into 2 videos. Please be sure to check out the second video. I will link to that at the end of this video in case you want to go check it out next. I would very much appreciate it. And I definitely hope you guys have been enjoying these STAMPtember videos. I know we are coming close, I think by the time this video is released, coming close to the end of STAMPtember. So very exciting. There are still some amazing surprises. And let's see, what day is this? Next week, there's an amazing kit that I cannot wait to share with you. And we're going to revisit something that you guys have been asking for a lot when I do kit videos, when I share lots of cards. So stay tuned for that because I'm very excited to give you guys that big video that you've been asking for. And just really those videos that show you lots of ways to use a card kit. I added black glaze pen to the eyes and noses of my kitties to bring those faces to life, and a nice layer of glossy accents to the heart. Also some little white accents to the cheeks where the whiskers are. And then I want to let that glossy accents sit and dry. That's why I added it already. Funny story, I needed to get these cards in the mail to Simon Says Stamp. And so a lot of the dry time and whatnot, I was literally kind of down to the wire, and I needed them to be dried completely before the last pickup here at my local post office. And so, hey, I made it. I was so excited. Glossy Accents dries fast. So I trimmed my brick wall to about 2¼ inches tall, but then I cut a thin strip from the bottom of that panel because I'm actually going to raise it up with foam adhesive. I want it to look like that cement edge along the top of a brick wall. That's kind of how I'm imagining this anyway. And I did leave the space along the top, but I don't think the dimension is quite, it's very flat. The bricks obviously stick up higher. It would be okay left like this, but I think adding that little strip along the top really makes it. So instantly, instead of those poor kitties floating off in space, now they are grounded with this awesome brick wall. I am going to take some foam adhesive, place that along the back. I think I grabbed 2 strips and I really only need 1. And then we're going to just simply adhere this right over that spacer that I already left. So it does fit very nicely since I don't have to go over the texture. And instantly we have our brick wall. So much fun. Keep in mind, if you want to change the color of the texture paste, it does pick up the color of the background in this case, but you can always tint your texture paste with your inks or re-inkers if you'd like to. On a piece of black cardstock, now I just have a scrap. I'm going to use my powder tool to prep this, and then I'm going to stamp I Can't Live Without You right here on this with clear embossing ink and heat emboss with antique gold embossing powder. I thought the gold really matched the theme and feel of our card, and I'm going to use a Sentiment Labels die to die cut this so that it almost looks like what I'm imagining is like the little name or number plate. Like if this was a little brick wall on a property, like you're going in to the sidewalk or what, the driveway or whatever it might be. I just was imagining it to be like the little signage that's right there. Don't forget to buff away the extra powder off your project. I've been trying to be more careful about that since my Boo Day kit incident earlier this month. And then I'm simply going to run this through twice to make that cute little label, put foam adhesive on the back, and pop it right there on my brick wall. How much fun is this? I love it. I'm going to place my panel on a white top fold card base. It's framed up beautifully with white borders around all 4 sides. And then I'm going to finish my card with 2 little black heart accents from Trinity Stamps. And that will finish off my Picket Fence card using the STAMPtember 2021 limited edition exclusive called Sarcastic Kitties. Thank you guys so much for joining me today for this easy textured brick wall tutorial. The supplies I used to create my card are listed and linked below the video here on YouTube. Here is another video featuring Simon Says Stamp STAMPtember exclusives that you might be interested in. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to my channel and hit that notification bell to never miss a new card making video. Thank you so much for joining me today, and we'll see you next time.